Welcome to the Program Review and Assessment video series. Lesson 5, the Enacted Curriculum. Instruction brings life to curriculum goals and objectives. The enacted curriculum often refers to actual content, scope, and depth of the material delivered by an instructor in a classroom. At times, the enacted curriculum does not reflect the design curriculum because the enacted curriculum is behavior, the behavior of teaching, and may significantly vary across classrooms and from original design specification because behavior is individually specific. Through identifying a level of content delivery, faculty demonstrate how courses build on intended learning outcomes over time, providing a sense of relationships among and between courses and a chronology of how students learn. This scaffolding systematically provides opportunities for consolidating learning and developing increasing sophistication. In Step 4, you will make professional judgments and indicate whether each program outcome is introduced, emphasized, reinforced, or advanced in the given course. Although the whole curriculum mapping process involves a high degree of judgment, this particular step is especially subjective and requires careful and honest reflection, and in the case of multiple sections, conversations with colleagues teaching the course. The first step faculty need to take to effectively help students achieve core learning outcomes is to understand the developmental foundation that makes achievement of these outcomes possible. Research unequivocally indicates that students demonstrate higher levels of achievement if they are provided with multiple, yet systemic, opportunities to build on previous learning, receive feedback, and reflect on their programs towards explicitly stated learning outcomes. When making decisions about levels of instruction, faculty also need to be aware of the student's level of prior knowledge. What students bring to the class will determine to a great extent what they take from it. More often than not, faculty overestimate skills, prior knowledge, and competencies than underestimate them. For the curriculum mapping process, we have identified 4 levels of content delivery. The level of instruction refers to the level of complexity of the knowledge and the skills that are expected to be taught and learned in the course. There are 3 general factors defining levels of instruction. Student readiness level. Where are they? Where are the students with their prior knowledge? Instruction and learning activities. The depth of content and assignments, and the scope of outcome coverage. Where do we need to be? In Step 4 of the curriculum mapping process, the enacted curriculum, you and your colleagues will determine the level of instruction in each course that addresses the program learning outcome. The next part of the lesson will discuss the levels of instruction in more detail. First, you have the introduced level. Students are not expected to be familiar with the content or skill at the collegiate level. Instruction and learning activities focus on basic knowledge, skills, and/or competencies and entry-level complexity. And only one or a few aspects of a complex program outcome is addressed in the given course. So just a reminder, you're going to be reviewing your course outcomes under the context of your program outcomes and assigning these values and variables to your course outcomes based on where they are to the program outcomes. The next level is emphasized. Here, students are expected to possess a basic level of knowledge and familiarity with the content or skills at the collegiate level. Instruction and learning activities concentrate on enhancing and strengthening knowledge, skills, and expanding the complexity. Also, several aspects of these outcomes are addressed in the given course, but these aspects are treated separately. At the next level, we have reinforced. Here, students are expected to possess a strong foundation in the knowledge, skill, or competency at the collegiate level. Instructional and learning activities continue to build upon previous competencies and increase in complexity. And all of the components of the outcome, all of the components of the program outcome are addressed in the integrative context. And finally, at the advanced level, students are expected to possess an advanced level in the knowledge, skill, or competency at the collegiate level. Instructional and learning activities focus on the use of content or skills in multiple contexts and at multiple levels of complexity. And finally, the outcome is applied in all of its complexity across multiple contexts or is turned reflexively on oneself. So while you are determining levels of instruction, you may encounter this problem. You are introducing, emphasizing, and applying the outcome all in the same course. So what label should you use? You have two options to help you decide. Number one, determine which level of complexity you spend more time delivering the content and use that label. If you spend equal share of time on all levels, then use the highest level. To assist you with this process, we have provided you a Levels of Program Outcomes rubric. This is located on our SharePoint site in the Curriculum Mapping Resources folder. The rubric provides criteria for each level instruction determined by the following: general factors and characteristics of each instructional level as described earlier, the course focus in the context of the program, focal cognitive behaviors of the student, action verbs in the statements of course learning outcomes, and the intellectual tasks required of the student. So to accomplish step 4, you are going to reference our Curriculum Map Faculty Handbook Step 4 for all of these steps and further information. Use the Program Outcomes Levels rubric to assist you. Then, make professional judgments and indicate whether each program outcome is introduced, emphasized, reinforced, or advanced. And you will enter the appropriate level in the second subcolumn. This concludes Lesson 5.